I'm going to tell you today's story using a method that's similar to godly play. It's called reflective storytelling. The focus will be on the story, and feel free to join in. At the end, I'll ask you some questions about it and we can wonder together. This story can be found in each of the 4 Gospels in the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. But I've based today's story on Luke chapter 19 right to the end of the book, so you can look that up for yourselves. At this time in the church's calendar, we remember and tell the stories of some of the things that Jesus said and did. And this story is about the last days of Jesus' life before he died. It's sometimes called Holy Week, and it's the most important week of the church's year. And it begins today with Palm Sunday. The time was coming for the Jewish people to celebrate Passover. Welcome to Jerusalem. Thousands of Jews from far and wide had travelled to Jerusalem to celebrate the festival of Passover together in the temple. Jesus and his friends were also coming to Jerusalem to celebrate. They had spent 3 years telling people about God's love, healing the sick and performing miracles. Before they arrived at the city, Jesus said to 2 of his friends, "Go into the village ahead. You will find a donkey tied up that no one has ridden before. Untie it and bring it to me. If anyone tries to stop you, tell them our master needs it." The disciples found the donkey, just as Jesus had said, and brought it to him. The disciples placed their coats on the donkey's back, and Jesus rode into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey. Lots of people crowded around, waving palm branches and shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna! Glory, praises be to the King who comes in the name of God." Some of them threw their coats and palm leaves onto the ground to make a path for the donkey to travel on. The priests and Romans were frightened. "Who is this man that enters like a king?" They ordered the crowd to be silent. But Jesus said to them, "If you stop the people from singing, even the stones and rocks will cry out and shout my praises. You cannot stop this." On Maundy Thursday, we remember Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples. All of his disciples were there with him in an upper room. Jesus washed his disciples' feet as a sign that he had come to serve people, not to rule over them. Then they celebrated the Passover meal together. But Jesus was sad because he knew he was going to die. While they were eating, Jesus showed them how he wanted them to remember him. He took bread and he broke it. Jesus handed the bread to his disciples and said, "Take, eat it. This is my body." Then Jesus took the cup filled with wine and said, "Drink from this cup. This is the cup of my blood." Jesus told the disciples to always do what he had done. This was the way Jesus wanted the disciples to remember him. After the meal, they sang a song to God and went to a place called the Mount of Olives. Jesus went off to pray, by himself. On Good Friday, we remember how Jesus was sentenced to death. Jesus was nailed to a cross, and at 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out in a loud voice. Then he died. A good man from the town came and took Jesus' body down from the cross. He wrapped Jesus' body in a cloth, and he laid Jesus' body in a cave. A large stone was rolled over the entrance to the cave. Now we know that the story isn't finished yet, but that is going to have to wait until next Sunday. This is the Easter week story. But I wonder, what were the people feeling when Jesus rode into Jerusalem on that Palm Sunday? Why is it called Palm Sunday? I wonder what you may have shouted or said to Jesus. I wonder what kind of king Jesus really is. I wonder, who are you in this story? Where are you in this story? This week, you might like to revisit parts of this story leading up to Easter Sunday. You could retell the story for yourselves. Get the Play-Doh out, get your Lego out, your Playmobil, whatever you can find around your house. Perhaps have a go at making your own retelling of the story. Don't forget to take photos if you can, videos, stop motion type movies, and send them all in. We'd love to share them with the rest of the church family. You can do that on our Facebook page or directly to any of the leaders that you know. We will be sending you a fantastic resource that every day of next week will help you and give you exciting things to do to explore parts of this story further. And by now, you should have received Lydia's brilliant Easter pack. If you haven't, do let us know and we'll put that right. But for now, thank you very much. Take care and happy Palm Sunday.